In my journey through Himalayas, I encountered a lot of beautiful masters. And for a very long time, they always used to tell me that Shaktipat is a very, very rare event, and it has very few beings are capable of transmitting Shaktipat or relaying Shaktipat rather. Transmission is already happening. We need a pure medium to be able to relay this energy, which is very evident in only few beings who are capable of tapping into that level of purity. I did a lot of my search to find people who could give me Shaktipat initially. I went into several caves, looked at so many masters. They all told me that it has to happen to you. I cannot give it to you. So that said, I'm not your teacher, I'm not your master. It will happen to you on its own. So I waited. I in fact even met a few yogis who said who could transmit to me, but I found that process was weak and not clarified, and I found that it is not a process which is meant to be. So en route, I did find various encounters with higher beings and who ushered this process through me, and I realized that at one point that an energy was passing through me which was helping people to awaken their dormant states, and that's when the flowering of the Shaktipat transmissions happened, and I could see many transformations of many journeys, and this was to me a deep exciting revelations that happened when I experimented with so many different people of how it could relate to different frequencies, how they come from different backgrounds, different thinking processes. So how Kundalini could make a difference to the journey, how each one of us have the same Kundalini power which is dormant within us. It has not been explored, it has not been assured to that level of detailing. So it requires a lot of in-depth commitment to the journey to be able to prepare ourselves for the receiving. Most people claim that they want it badly, very, very badly. There is desperation, but there is no preparation. What is meaning of this preparation is that how do we increase the deserving levels? How do we access this? So first and foremost, the transmission is already happening. The anugraha of the source, the descent of the grace is already there. All we have to do is, are we capable of tapping into it? Or we need a medium to come in the process to help this becoming faster, make it easy, and with more guidance, with more love and compassion flowing through, it becomes even more easier for the aspirant to receive that level of clarity in the journey. So I took on this responsibility of making it happen with intense intent. I felt a wave of gratitude passing through me for the source. I could feel the transmissions happening through me by sheer intent, by command, by at will. It was happening. So I knew that I was meant to do this work. I was chosen to do this work, and I didn't have to be weak or unsure like most people think that it can only happen to yogis sitting in these caves. I've lived in caves for many lifetimes, and this lifetime I'm with people. I'm meant to share this awareness with people who are ready on the path. It doesn't happen to people who challenge and question and try to take on an analytical approach. It happens to people who are simple, humble, who are able to drop their struggle of ego clarifications, but by allowing themselves to click into alignment by intense dedication, devotion, trust, and be on the path of love, be on the path of compassion. I feel the river of grace is huge compassion flowing through all of us. It has the tremendous ability to purify us. All we have to do is receive, absorb. For that, a zero state, a shunyata is required. And that shunyata is the state which will enable us to remain in silence. In that stillness and silence, this magnetism which we have can be more intense, and the Shakti will rise. So for the Shakti to rise, an intervention, a divine intervention, you call it in the name of Shaktipat, is making this process even more faster, more purer, and I would say more intense. So the very touch of a awakened yogi is enough for the Kundalini to remember its true state, for Kundalini to know that it is possible to rise quickly, because the magnetism of the power head here, the Shiva, is so intense that the Shakti can't hold it anymore. It just rises with the highest calling from within. So that level of purity and possible state it is there in each one of us. It is just that it has not been delivered to that level of detailing. People don't want to know. Then they think they're dormant and they can just sleepwalk through life. So very few people are truly on the path, and this path is open. We are all capable. It just requires tremendous levels of curiosity, intensity, desperation, depth of trusting that it is possible to know the larger picture of the journey, to understand that we can click in and access the gifts within us, to access the master within us, the soul within us. When it's intense, automatically you can see a huge transition possibility, that the Kundalini can rise to its highest depth of expression and truly flower us from within. The flowering happens. So Shaktipat is a beautiful, intense possibility which is delivered across this world. Many people have experienced it. There are so many people who have lives have transformed. I receive a lot of people's mails saying that how is it possible? They're trying to question this process. But to me, I think there is nothing to prove anymore. Science has understood that there is an immense field of energy around us, which is possible. The more the Kundalini rises upwards, the more the electromagnetic field around us, the wider the auric field around us. So obviously there is a immense biophotonic transmission possible. It has been recorded across remote sensitivity. I have done enough neurofeedback tests to purify this awareness that it is possible that this transmission can take place. This transmission is there in each one of us. We can receive it. We also radiate, each one of us radiate a biophotonic transmission, but it is so negligible that we do not want to know more about it. And so all it requires is to tap into this awareness, and Shaktipat is a reality. It's a possibility. It has been an immense work of Kevala Foundation, that we are using this mechanism to serve this planet, to spread compassion and love. We are sending transmissions through our meditations. We are helping this planet to be a better place by growing more forests, by also connecting people on a plane of love and compassion. And it is actually a very stark reminder to all of us that we have an immense responsibility, and Shaktipat makes it even more faster. And this is experienced by many thousands of people across the world, and they have clarified that they can be better humans to start with, to experience the divinity within. And Shaktipat is one of the true simplest of mechanisms to access this inner power.